What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Mom and Son Show.
I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and today we have an awesome episode. We're talking about brand new ride closures, a baby new animal in Animal Kingdom. Maybe, let's find out. Also, we're going to talk about the Grand Floridian closing down the middle of
Mhm.
everything. You don't want to miss this, but also we'll go over tariffs just in case you're traveling there during this tariff time. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss the important news we have. Before we do that, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps our channel out. And Mom, you just went on an amazing trip. Where did you go? Tell us a little bit about it before we waste any of these fine people's times.
So went out for a few days. For a few days out west, we went all the way out to California to visit some really good friends, and they have a house on the river, and we had some fun time on the Colorado River. And what you see in the background is our views as we're traveling. It was an amazing time, nice and relaxing. Weather was chilly, a little bit windy,
Yeah.
but the last couple of days it was phenomenal. Beautiful, beautiful country.
It's always weird going out to a country or a country, I should say countryside, that
State.
actually has mountains. And then when
Yes,
you're in
yes,
Florida and you don't see any of that
yes,
and you're just in awe.
yeah.
So I wonder if you live
Yeah,
out on any of the coasts that have mountain, do you walk out and just say awe every single day? Like when I was living out in Washington
yeah,
and I could see Mount
I
Hood,
would think so.
every day I went on my deck to have a cup of coffee in the morning, I was in awe.
Mhm.
It
Uh-huh.
was unbelievable.
And
So
the thing that amazed me was the landscape, like what you look behind me, it looked like a painting. It looked
it's
like
crazy.
pictures. Like it didn't look like it was real. It was just so beautiful.
It's
So yeah, we had
awesome.
a great time. We had a great
Awesome.
time.
But we got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to obviously start off with what new ride closures? Is that
Yeah, there aren't any new ones.
oops. I think it's this one. Can you see the screen now?
I can see the screen.
Perfect. No
Okay.
new ride closures. All
No
this is
new
all the
rides.
same.
Big Thunder, Hall of Fame,
Although
Astor.
they are
Yep.
testing test track. So this is
Yes.
they were doing
Yes.
live testing, I think, with people in it
Getting
too.
closer.
So they're getting
Hmm.
very, very close.
Hopefully.
This is
And
the
then
news that we
again,
brought last week, where both of
yep.
them are actually open at the same time, which is very, very rare. We'll see how this actually goes and how long. Well, they have until September 2nd, but we'll see if they do it multiple times.
Right.
Baby
Right.
new giraffe.
Yes, this one is so cute. Baby Tucker arrived February 13th, and his mother Mara gave birth to his brother Jabari, and then Maple is a sister. Just made the safari preview this past Monday, so people are, hopefully trying to get a look at this new baby giraffe. He's
Now
so
it's
adorable.
funny because Disney kept this under wraps and they didn't tell
Um,
anybody.
They
Um,
kept it under wraps, but not really, because if you do a Google search, it'll say that there was a baby giraffe born February 18th, 19th, 13th, whatever it is. I can't see. Uh,
well,
13th.
yeah, but you don't see too many of the bloggers and whatnot knowing before they
Yeah,
released. So I'm just saying they kept this
yeah,
up pretty good for how many
yep,
Disney fanatics there are,
yeah,
not noticing that the mom giraffe is gone.
right. Unless there was a lot of more interesting news, who knows?
Probably not. That's the only news that they care about. Disney Plus perks. What do
Okay.
we got, mom?
Okay, so if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, they just came out with discounted hotel rooms for you guys. We are not Disney Plus. I think our sister might be.
Our
So
sister?
just to give you, yes. So
You mean
just
my
to,
sister?
oh, correct.
That would
Your
be your
sister
daughter.
would be my daughter.
Wow.
Wow. Actually, I think both of them are. But anyway, five five resorts have different discounts. Obviously, the higher up you go in their deluxe version, the more money you're going to pay. These are just average prices. Okay, it doesn't mean that every room is going to be that. It is room specific.
And is this
If you
only
go
for
to
summer?
go to the next page, and we have more
Oh,
info on it.
all right, all right. As you guys
So
can
you
see, I still do all of these slides, so I know exactly what's coming next.
So you have to book between minimum is 2 nights, and you can only book up to 14 nights. Wouldn't it be great to book 14 nights at a
That
Disney hotel? Who's got that kind of money? Anyway, between June 29th and July 31st. They
okay.
say, but I didn't look it up, they say that a good majority of these dates are available. A lot of times when you see these discounts, there's
That
such a
usually means
limited
there
amount.
are, yeah. Oh,
Right.
really? Oh, I thought that
Yeah.
they were trying to sell them out.
Yeah, so there's an active you have to have an active Disney Plus member in that room, and the number of rooms are limited. Now, what I've been reading is people are looking at this because it's combined, not combined with, but at the same time, we're seeing the good discounts on the passes,
Right.
like the 3-day park pass and that kind of stuff. So people are wondering, is Disney kind of worried that they're not going to have the attendance because this is through the summer months, which is normally packed.
Right. Right.
So why are they offering this? But we shall see.
We'll
Time will
see. I
tell.
mean, it's a great deal, especially for, I mean, for us, if you want to stay on property, All Star, you could just
Mhm.
take the bus. You can take, what were the other ones over there? Uh, okay, so Art of
Yeah.
Animation, beautiful. You can just jump right
Yep.
on the Skyliner.
Skyliner.
Saratoga Springs, I forget where that one is.
You need a bus. Actually, I think part of that might be connected.
Okay.
You might have to walk through
Yeah, and then
Caribbean.
Animal Kingdom Lodge. I mean, if you want the views for
Yeah.
339 nights, I think my sister spent, $1,200 a night just to get in the lodge.
Maybe she'll
Seriously,
let us know.
no, yeah, but seriously, it's
Yeah.
it's very very expensive.
Yeah.
Obviously, they did that
Yeah.
as a one-off for their honeymoon or not honeymoon, but one of
Yes.
their
Anniversary.
anniversaries. But
Yes.
man,
Yes.
that's a great deal, and everybody goes to that lodge just to look at the animals. So $339
Yep.
to me is fantastic
Yeah.
price.
Yep. So there you go. So now this was the news that I just saw yesterday. No
Grand
gingerbread house
Floridian.
at the Floridian this year. So at first, when I read it as it was never going to be there. But then I read that they have great plans to overhaul the
Okay.
atrium in there. So if you go to the next slide, you'll
They
see what
still
they.
have the Enchanted Rose, I think it's called, that has the best
Yes,
espresso martinis. So
yes,
don't think you
yes.
can't go away from seeing the Grand Floridian.
Oh yeah, because here is the artist rendering of what the new atrium is going to look like. So if you see
Birdcage bar.
they're having a bar that looks like a bird cage. So as you can see the way they have it right now, there wouldn't be room to put, with all the construction going on, there wouldn't be room to put the gingerbread house up. So
So
it'll be
they're
interesting.
it's needed. They need to put more adult beverage sections in
No, they
all the
don't.
hotels.
No,
Absolutely.
they don't.
Because look, we tried to go to Polynesian, it's completely slammed. We tried to go to Grand
Don't go on a
Floridian.
Saturday night.
Okay, well, when people are trying to visit, they don't have anything else but the Saturday night. So I'm just talking about tariffs. This is what we want to talk about, guys.
I don't.
We oh, look, we always keep this as much as we can, a non-political video
And
page,
we are
whatever you
keeping
want to
it
call it, and we are
non-political.
keeping it that way. But as news reporters, for if you are going to Disney, you will probably want to know if there's going to be any effects that the tariffs are bringing. Even though there is a 90-day pause on most,
Hmm.
I guess, everything except for China. So we
Yeah.
won't be seeing that much of an effect when we are trying to do this. But at the same time, will you guys see any impacts on your vacation if the tariffs go back after 90 days without any adjustment? Let's figure it out.
Okay. So let's see. Within days, so once the tariffs really hit, within days, we're going to notice an impact.
Hey,
Well, there is Pepe.
sorry, excuse me.
Pepe doesn't like tariffs either. So within within days, we could see an increase in prices with fresh food. So anything that they use, avocados, tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, you can see it there. As we know, they do grow a lot of food at Disney.
I was going to
They
say they
use
grow most of their stuff in Disney, and then also they try to keep it in house too. So I don't think this is
Mhm.
would really affect
It's
anything.
it's going to affect it because there are items that you can't stockpile. You can't just put them in a
Right.
warehouse and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm going to keep my avocados for 3 months,"
Okay, that's
because
fair.
as we all know, it doesn't last for 3 hours sometimes.
Yep, yep.
So within days, they're predicting that we could see an increase in these areas.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Okay.
right though. But okay, we'll move on. This
And then
possibly yes.
go ahead. Within a month, we could see processed food and packaged food. And these are all things, of course, that are not natural. These
Now
are going to be
this is pretty
packages.
crazy that I didn't know about that. You could put on meat as long as it's packaged in USA. You could put "Made in USA" on the package, even though they import the meat from a different country.
I didn't know
It's a
that.
loophole law that's BS. That as long as it is packaged in the U.S., they can put a stamp that says "Made in the U.S." because that's how they made the package.
So
But
the last person to touch it, whatever country
essentially,
they're in, is what
yes.
they can stamp it.
Is that not wild? So
No,
this could be a big
that's wild.
impact because if the
Yeah,
processed food and whatnot,
right.
that could be, yeah, for sure.
Then late summer, souvenirs. Now, obviously, they can stockpile these, but eventually that stockpile is going to run out. Disney gets a lot of their souvenirs from China and Vietnam. Their clothing, China, Vietnam. Oh, I spelled Vietnam wrong. Bangladesh, India, Indonesia, and
It's
Cambodia.
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Yeah. So,
And the souvenirs from China, especially, only because obviously China has the bigger tariff now, and they can only stockpile so much because they want new things coming out all the
right,
time. So
right.
this is where I think the biggest
Impact.
jump is going to be. Even though Disney already here's my thing. Disney already jumps up the price of their clothing by so much. Will Disney just eat that tariff cost? Because I think they already jumped it up that much. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
I'm going to say, I'm going to be the devil's advocate.
Okay.
You think that it's
Oops.
jumped up. However, it's a brand. So if you go into any local store and try to buy, what are some famous, if you Lululemon,
Okay.
okay, look at their prices. They're high. You go in any name brand, you're going to pay a lot for.
But that's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about if there is, let's just say from Vietnam or Vietnam, right?
Hmm.
Let's say Disney's selling, they got their shirt for 50 cents. Okay.
Okay.
Disney's selling it for $75.
Okay.
Let's say now they buy their shirt for $2. Are they really
Okay.
going to jump that price up to $150? Or are they just going to eat it because that's the right thing
No,
they should do because they're still making sales? I don't
no,
think,
because No, because the Sun Mode would be thinking they're going to just increase the pass holder
of
prices for their
course.
tickets.
Thank you. See, now you're thinking. There you go. They wouldn't update the merchandise, they would update all the other crap.
Yeah, yeah. They're going to recoup it somehow. They're going
And
to
either
recoup
way,
it
they're already
somehow.
increasing prices. So this is a perfect
Yes.
reason. And
Yes.
actually, Disney wants this to happen because it's a perfect reason to increase prices. Because they're
Without
like,
people
oh,
complaining and
well,
yelling
now
at
we have
Disney.
exactly. Well, blame the
Yeah.
tariffs. No, you're
Yeah.
going to jump it up
Yeah.
anyways. Trust me.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Now, okay. So then within a few months, we're going to see beer, wine, tequila, and Canadian maple syrup increases.
Okay, well, let's
So
go ahead and stop the maple syrup crap. But the tequila is
what?
massive in Mexico. Come on.
But come on, you need your maple syrup when you're in
What's
the Disney Vacation Welcome Home thing in
Yeah, yeah,
Canada.
yeah. What's the bigger picture? What's the
The
bigger
bigger
picture?
picture is how do you think this is all going to affect? So there's a trickle down. It's going to be a trickle down thing. So as prices increase, those people who have been saving for Disney vacations might not be able to make that vacation because all of these price hikes. So now they're going to have to be spending it more on survival, life, or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's a shame. It's a shame to see that trickle down because now it's going to be for
The
the more rich
the
people.
the good news is, and look, I just pulled my screen up, big screen, and I didn't even know I had a knot here, Mom. I look so sloppy, right? This is crazy. The
I thought it
good
was a new
news,
look.
the good news is, Bob Iger already said that his 60, what is it, 60 million or 60 billion? I think it's $60 million projects are still moving forward, and this was even before the pause of all the
Right.
tariffs. He said it's not going to affect Disney in the short
Hmm.
term. In the long term, it might be as as they start to run out of their reserves or whatnot. But it's not going to be a COVID where everything's shut down or any of their delays happen. They are moving forward. They're trying to get all their lands done, and to be honest, they
Hmm.
have to because when Epic opens up this month, Disney might lose a lot of business just because of Super Mario World. A lot of different updates that instead of retheming rides, Universal's actually making a new park. So Disney has to make the
That'll
new
be interesting.
lands. They have to.
Yeah. Well, we shall see.
All
We
right,
shall
Mom.
see.
What is your joke of the day? Because I still, as I am so ahead of the game, I got to pick out a fact of the day.
Okay. What did the grape say when it got stepped on?
What did the what?
What did the grape say when it got stepped on?
Seed me. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know why, but now I'm thinking of feed me, Seymour, feed
Horror.
me.
Little
The
shop of
little
horrors.
shop of.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know why. I just thought about that, but
yeah.
that's a funny
It's
joke. Great, Mom. That
yeah.
is so good.
That was not my joke. You are ridiculous.
Thank you.
Anyway, it said nothing. It just gave out a little whine.
Now, I have to say that when you're going to think people are going to start stepping on grapes and now they think it's wine, Mom. You're misleading the fans.
You have to stomp grapes to get wine.
Yes, but there's a whole process. You can't just stomp them and drink it and say, I'm drunk.
I'm muting you. What's the fact of the day,
Oh no, oh no, oh
son?
no. All right. Well,
Pressure.
Have you ever been to Tokyo Disneyland?
You would have known.
Perfect. Then I'll tell you what, you have no idea if this is true or not, so I might be making it up. The windows and interior handles of the monorail cars at Tokyo Resort are shaped like Mickey Mouse heads.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
That's
very
cool.
cool. It's a good idea too. I like that idea.
Did you
Although
know
there's a
that
lot of Mickey Mouses around there.
did you know that for the monorail out there you have to pay for it?
No way.
Okay, that'll be our next episode. Yeah, I just read about that. They're increasing the price. You
You
have
have
to
to
have a
pay
ticket.
for the monorail to get to what?
Yes. I'll let you know.
Wow. This is big news. This is big
Big
news,
news, big
everybody.
news,
Good thing
big
you
news.
stuck around to the end.
I know, right?
All right.
So is that all you got?
I mean, that was the best. I mean, look, I strive the whole week looking for this fact of the day. I try
I
so
could tell.
hard
I
and
could tell.
I do research.
If I could only like work as hard on the the pictures that
I
I
want
show
some
you.
animation. I mean, we're going
You
through like
do.
slideshows. I want animation, like things
If
like
you could
that.
show it, if you could show me how to do that.
All right.
Anyway, I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. It should be really great down here.
Oh, yeah, we're going on a
Um,
hike.
you're going on a hike, yep. And good luck to our niece and nephew, your niece and nephew, my granddaughter and grandson, who are in a little competition this weekend.
Oh,
And Odyssey of the Mind, for
yeah,
those who know it.
nice.
And stay well, stay healthy, and come back next week.
Yeah. And if
I'm
you
your
want to
mom.
follow our other page, it's TNC Adventures. If you want to see I got to give a shout out to that, Mom. Got to give a
Oh,
shout out.
okay. Well,
TNC Adventures.
put
Yeah,
the
put the
link in
link
the comments.
in the description, not in the
Oh,
comments.
or that too. Okay. So anyway, I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and this is the Mom and Son Show.